Hello everyone, it's Linda. I wanted to talk to you today real quick about the Schumann Resonance. So I found out some information that I've been interpreting the Schumann Resonance charts wrong. There is something known as the Schumann power level, and it's like forecasting the Schumann Resonance. At least that's what it seemed like to me. But a lot of us are just a bunch of amateurs trying to fiddle our way through and learn these things on the fly. And even if you follow it, and the graphs are real pretty, you can see the graph I put up there for you. It's real pretty to look at, and you can tell that the white is higher frequency, and you can read the numbers and you can tell what time it is. But to really understand what it's measuring and what it does and what the different colors are, not everybody's up to speed on that. And I want to thank Dawn at Higher Self for putting Michael Love's recent transmission out, because the Pleiadians are helping to get us straight on this one, because there has been some misinformation. Anyhow, the power level and the Schumann resonance are what you're seeing right now in the color, the grid that I have on the video here for you, and the power level are two separate graphs. So when somebody says, oh my God, the Schumann resonance hit 170 the other day, no, the power level is not the same thing as the Schumann resonance. So it might be the Schumann power level, but it's not the same thing. So it's important to know that. I'm trying to help everybody by spreading the information that I learned, because I totally resonate with this and I understand this much, much better than I did before. So there's a learning curve, right? Just like the curve we're trying to flatten. We're trying to flatten our learning curve because we are on the fast track, baby. We're on the fast track. Ascension is happening. And I'm going to get into that just a little bit. I'm going to try to keep this nice and quick for you guys. So the 5D grid is activating at a much higher level. Lower realms are being dissolved. The grand ascension, the transition, it's all happening right now. But here's the thing. The chart that you're looking at right now, the Schumann resonance, it only measures up to 40 hertz. 40 hertz is the white part. When it's white, see the white in there? When it's white, it's 40 hertz. That's 5D. That's where 5D starts. 5D actually goes to 100 hertz. But the galactic core is where the 40 hertz, I'm sorry, from the galactic core is where the cosmic rays are coming from. And you can also look at this, that the more white we have, the more 5D we have as a collective. But this is also a psychological consciousness state of us. That's what that's measuring. It's measuring the collective. It's measuring the earth and our ability to raise the vibration. It's measuring that. I'll get into that in just a second, but Russian scientists successfully proved that gamma rays going straight through the cells of embryos can cause the one species to transform from one to another, species 1 to species 2. Apparently this is 100% true, and anybody who wants to research that or look that up can, and feel free to leave a link, because I haven't gotten into that one yet, but that's apparently true. And that's what's happening with us, we are being told. We are human race, species number 1, and the angelical race is species number 2. There's star seeds that are down here on this planet right now, and we are all transforming, and it's, we're transforming into our angelical race, which is pretty incredible if you think about it. Our 12 strands of DNA have been deactivated, and star seeds, when they came to this planet, already knew this. They already knew what they were doing when they came down. They agreed to this. They might have had a different agenda. Some of them just wanted the experience, and some of them had other missions or agendas or wanted to help humanity. So we're not going to get into all that right now. But when you meet somebody, in their eyes, how you feel around them. How their energy makes you feel. And you can just tell, you've met them. Or coworkers and neighbors and friends and family members, people that you bump into like strangers in the street, you just know it. You vibe with them. You feel good. You feel better when you leave the presence of a star seed. But they are not the same as humans, and they are here to assist with the ascension process. They agreed to go through it and bring a human body up into the higher realms with them. But they can walk in 3D, they can walk in 5D, and they're not doing that yet, but that's where it's going. We're all doing this together. And their divine powers were weakened and they forgot who they were when their DNA was deactivated. So the 12-strand DNA, it's all about reconnecting that. And your chakras are important portals that connect with your DNA. So once that happens, advanced data can flow through and you're reconnected. So pretty cool stuff. At a subatomic level, what's going on is the incoming beams of solar ionic gamma light, or better known as cosmic rays, can cut through the nucleus of the human atom and shift the chemical bonds and change our very structure. And this is extremely profound because it's way beyond what science has taught us up until now. And it's up to us to really share this information, get this out there, make it common knowledge. You don't have to be a genius to understand this or to understand the premise of this and what that actually means for us as humanity as we hit this ascension time. And it's not just a one-night thing right now. We're going through a transition. We are definitely manifesting on the outside what's going on the inside. There's a major, major purge that's been going on the planet, and it's manifesting now on the world stage. We can see it. We're waiting on the edge of our seats to watch it. It's like, I don't want to say it's a train wreck, because at this point, it's like sitting front row at a show that you've always wanted to see your entire life, and you finally get to go. Like, you know that one with the dancers, like Shin Yun, that's always advertised on YouTube around this time? At least in this area it was, because it was playing in Philadelphia in March. I don't know, maybe it was canceled. Oh my God. But anyway, it's like a show you've always wanted to go to. And you get to sit in the front row and front and center. So here we are, front and center, watching what's going on, waiting for the next part to unfold. Anyway, 40 to 100 hertz in the background, focusing on good things, 10 to 20 minutes a day. That's it. 10 to 20 minutes a day. It'll raise your vibration and it'll make things automatic. It'll make your multidimensional awareness become automatic. You know what else that is? That's also practicing your mindfulness. Your mindfulness, so that you're living in the fully present moment. That way you can experience, you'll start to feel after a couple days doing 10 to 20 minutes a day, you will start to physically feel a difference. And after a couple days, it'll become automatic. And isn't that cool? So you'll be able to really utilize the powers of your mind and full control of it. Your thoughts won't be all over the place. You'll be in full control. You'll be experiencing bits of 5D in your space more and more while you're walking around in the 3D physical body. So, as your body's changing, as your mind's changing, your body's changing. So, quick ways to do that and everything is to, healthy self-love and be in nature, food, exercise, all the things that you know you can do a little bit more every day, maybe. Becoming the best version of you, we like to say. So raising your internal intentions just to be in 5D, it's literally just a higher frequency, a higher state of mind. Crystals are also powerful ascension tools. The Andara crystals are extremely potent and have been used to advance civilizations to a galactic level. Now, they're on my wish list. I cannot wait to get some of those. I want to get back to the Schumann Resonance, though, because it measures the electromagnetic field of Earth, and it stops at 40 hertz, what you're looking at right now. That chart there, that's where 5D starts, but blue is the lowest. The color of blue is the lowest. That's the lowest frequency. Green, see where the green is? The green is 3D. The yellow is 4D. And white is 5D. So that's the beginning of 5D. Because it doesn't measure past 40 hertz. So when you see white on there, you're seeing the fifth dimension. So again, the Schumann power level charts and measurements the the Schumann power level chart and the Schumann resonance are two different separate measurements. So when you go to these websites, make sure you know what you're looking at before you're reporting on it. Because if you go around saying the Schumann resonance was 170, like I did on a couple videos back or whatever that was, I didn't know what I was talking about. So now we know. Now we got to spread this information, okay? The Earth level Schumann frequencies range from 3D to 5D, and it corresponds to the state of consciousness. It's literally like our psychological state, our state of consciousness. The 3D frequency is the alpha state, 7.8 hertz to 10 hertz. That's the 3D frequency. The 4D frequency is the beta state. That goes from 12 to 30 hertz. The 5D frequency is the gamma state. It goes from 40 to 100 hertz. Okay? Okay. So, listen. We are the ones causing this. If you have a chance to join in a live meditation, or you know there's going to be a group of people meditating around the world, it would really be good for you to join in something like that, even just to tap in, even just to sit for a few minutes when you know other people are going to be meditating, and lend your energy to that if you know that they're meditating for a specific reason. Most of it is to raise the frequency on the planet so that we can, cause that solar flash, because we are the ones causing it. We're the ones calling it and causing it. Our higher selves are all over the place on higher dimensions, in other solar systems and all of that. We're all over the place. So if this is us causing this whiteout, maybe a group of us, next time you meditate, try to imagine this Schumann resonance and imagine the whole thing white. Just imagine white all over, complete whiteout, because that is the fifth dimension, and that's what we're trying to manifest. Now, last night, see that big blob right there? I didn't put this picture up for no reason, and it's not just for pretty illustrative purposes. Last night, David Wilcock had over 25,000 sustained viewers on his live stream for over 5 hours. And he did a small meditation at the end. But if you know David Wilcock, you know his work. He was red pilling as many people as he could, like giving out free candy in a candy store. Like, here you go, here's one for you, here's one for you. Most of us that have watched his work and follow his stuff, you may like him, you may not like him, doesn't matter. He's been very important for the mission. He's gotten a lot of information. His life's work is incredible. He's a very intelligent man, and he's a gentle spirit who has provided a lot of information for a lot of people and been very valuable to this mission. So him and his wife, Elizabeth as well, Beth, she's very important too. She does a lot of work behind the scenes, but she's also a very, very powerful spiritual being, divine feminine incarnate. So she and David both were doing 5 hours of the live stream. She was in the background. He was presenting. He had this slideshow. And at the end, he did the meditation. Now, here's my point. He mentioned, too, the same point, that 7,000 people meditating is key in making a serious, measurable, scientifically measurable impact. 7,000 people is the key number. Well, last night he had 25,000 plus most of that time. Some of it was up to 27, almost 28,000. I think I saw 28,000 at one point. But it was always over 25,000. When he started the meditation at the end, it was still over 25,000 people. Now, see the part, you can look at the chart that's on there. That most of that part that's all white, the beginning of that really big white part, that was during the time that his live stream was going on. Most of that. I don't know what that little blip is in the middle there, but if you look at that, that's a couple hours of sustained fifth dimensional frequency on the planet. Now, if 7,000 people can cause a big shift for healing or reducing crime and that kind of thing, can measure that, and that's been measured, that's been scientifically proven. 7,000 people could do that. what do you think 25,000 people were doing last night? Between the groups that are meditating and between David doing his live broadcast, he was red pilling people. What were we thinking about? If any of you are listening to this and you're watching David, you know the stuff he's talking about. He dropped a few newbies on us that maybe we didn't know, and maybe some of the things he was saying we don't agree with. But most of us that were watching that were probably thinking and having the same intentions of, we're on the edge of our seat here. This is exciting because this is happening. The truth is coming out. What does David stand for? It's all about disclosure, releasing the hidden technologies. And Corey Good was talking about those things too, is releasing these healing technologies, because our planet is on a path for ascension, and we wanted that yesterday. I mean, we've waited a long time, but a lot of these things that were supposed to happen didn't happen when they were supposed to because, well, we'll say the cabal got in the way, or they had false flags and all of that. But humanity as a collective was not ready for an event of the magnitude that would elevate the star seeds and the human population into a godlike race, or ascending into the fifth dimension so that we could create our heaven on earth, or take our bodies into the spiritual realms and still walk between the worlds. We weren't ready for that. We still hadn't let the cabal out of the jack-in-the-box yet. Like, they were still hiding in corners. And so last night was like a promise in a way, because everybody is in a situation around the world right now where we're being forced to deal with our own stuff in our own private homes, and it's wonderful. For some of us probably hate it, but it's okay. It's all fine. We're all going to get through this. So I just wanted to point that out, that I needed to show that, because there was 25,000 plus people that were dreaming that this could finally be happening. Even though David might not have talked about all these things, it's okay. When you talk about the financial reset or the cabal and the mass arrests and all that stuff, when he mentions some of those things, you start to think of a better world. Because first, to have a better world, you got to get rid of your enslavers. You got to get rid of the ugly, the nasty, the evil, the pure evil that has been controlling this planet. You got to get rid of that before you can create a new, beautiful world. And everybody's turning their heads, looking at the person to their left and looking at the person to the right and saying, I don't want to do it. Do you want to do it? I don't want to do it. Give it to Mikey. He'll try it. Everybody's looking at somebody. That's what we've been doing as humanities. I don't want to do it. I mean, how many people wanted to get killed for this mission? Because how many people have been killed? We got to remember that. There's a lot of people that sacrificed themselves for this mission. And some of them were not intentionally giving their lives for this mission, but some of them came down and gave their lives anyway. And so when we can all just take a breath and realize that we're in this together, we are creating the shift. We have been the war. We have been that as a collective. We have been at war with each other. And now it's time for us to be that transition. Just quietly, we're being asked to be patient. And we're being asked to take care of our own homes, our own energy fields, our own baggage that we need to purge or get rid of. We're being asked to do that right now. So we do what we can do, and we support the collective when we can, if we can. Some of us can't do that, and that's okay. We support the collective when we can. We contribute our energy to creating this high-frequency whiteout. So if you guys are doing a meditation, take a look at the graph and try to just imagine that all white. And what does that mean to you? If it's all white, it's a blank slate. It's a new beginning. It's literally a blank canvas for you to paint on. So what do you see when you see that? If you see a chance for a whole new reset, the whole world is getting a reset, what do you see it looking like? And start with your own home. Look out your window, or, Look at a blank wall that you haven't put pictures up yet, or, you know, just try to imagine all the beauty that you can coexist in and that you're going to be co-creating. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful time. And I wanted to bring you that. It's from my heart. And I just went on a ramble tear there. So if you're still listening, thank you so much. I love you guys, and I'll be back soon. Take care.